Hello and how are you? My name is Mahin Mubarak and I welcome you to the second video of managing an existing WordPress website. Remember, in the previous video we introduced you to what is WordPress, as well as showing you how to log in and how to access the administrators part and the public part of the WordPress website. So in today's video we're going to add more on what we had learned in the previous video. Today I'm going to introduce you to WordPress post and WordPress post categories. We might not accomplish it all, but I'll give you a very nice introduction to what is meant by WordPress post. By the end of today, you'll be able to create your own WordPress post. So I hope you're excited and ready to learn what is meant by WordPress post. If you are, then let's get started without wasting much time. So as you can see, I've already gone to my website. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to log in so that I should be able to access the administrators part. So to log in, I'll simply come to my main website, as you can see here, and I add wp-admin, and then I press enter. So I'll be able to access the login form, and you know my login form is simply I put my username and the password. So if I want to be kept logged in, if it's my computer, I can keep it here to remember me, so that next time I shouldn't log in. And I click on login to proceed to the administrators panel. So if you watched the previous video, this is not new to you. Okay, if you watched and practiced the previous video, this is not new to you. This is the administrator side, where the administrators can manage the website. So let me go back to the administrator side, and here it is. And right now I'm going to introduce you to what is meant by post. So a post is the content that we add in WordPress website. For example, the main purpose why you create WordPress website is to manage our content, the videos, the text, the photos, and anything that we put in a website, so that other people should access, is what we call the content. So each content that we add in our WordPress website, we call it a post. So you have different types of posts, and among the different type of posts, you have the media post. That is like when you add a photo, when you add a video, we call it media. We have the files, we have pages, we have all other kinds of posts that you will look at. But you have only one main post, and that is the one that holds the content of a WordPress website. We have another one called a page. A page is something that we don't create every time, like it's a static page, it's a static post. For example, the About Us page, that is a page because we don't create it every time. For example, the home page, it is a page, we create it only one time and leave it there. For example, the Contact Us page, we call it a page because we create it one time and we leave it there. But if you want to post news, if you want to write about new article, if you want to write about a certain topic, something that is going to change every time, or which is going to be dynamic every time, is what we call a post. But there, even a page is like a post, but a page you create it only one time, but post, these are things that we add in a website every time that we add content, is what we call a post. So if you can see here, in the administrator's dashboard, we have a page. So this one will not touch them at this moment because they are static. We create them only one time and leave them there. But we're going to look at what is meant by post. And if you can see here, we're having a post, and under this post we're having all posts. We have a new post, categories, and the tags. I'm going to explain each so that you should be able to get the whole picture. So let's get started, and we create our first post. So if you click on all posts, you'll be able to see all the posts that have been added to this website. You can see we are having a table of posts. Here I've just clicked on post, and you can see I can see all the posts. So I have a table of posts, and you're having a title of a post, you're having the author, we're having a category where it is, and the tags. And then in case there's a comment, we can see here, and the date when this post was published. So it means that the date when this content was published. So we have add new post. Of course, you can guess this one. When I click on add new, either here or here, we'll be able to add a new post to our website, or to add content to our website through a post. We have categories. So a category, I'm going to explain it, and then the tags. Okay, so these two points, we have got them: add new post and all posts. Okay, so what is meant by category? Before you create a website, you must have a purpose that is letting you to create that website. For example, it can be a school website, it can be news website, it can be entertainment website, it can be health website, it can be music website. There are different kinds of website that you can create. It can be an e-commerce website, it can be a shop website, all the kinds of website that you can create. But before you create a single website, you must have a purpose of why you need to create that website. For example, my purpose of creating this website is a news website. I'm going to add here news content. I'll be updating people of what is going on within the country. So it is a what? It is a news website. This one will be different from what? From a school website, but all of us are going to use a single content management system. So if you're creating, for example, a news website, we'll add the content. For example, every day I'll be posting, maybe I'll be writing 3 articles for news, or 10 articles for news. So it means that if I write 10 articles, 10 news articles per day, it means that within 30 days I'll have 300 articles. And within 2 days, within 30 days, I have 300 articles. And within 2 months, then I'll have 600, like that. Within 10 months, I'll have 30,000? I think, yeah. Okay. Within 10 months, I'll have 30,000 articles. So you'll find it that's going to be too much content. And browsing this content is really a matter. Is really a matter. For example, if I want to read sports, I should simply access sports. Other than, again, if I want to read sports and there are only 5 posts of sports in the 30,000 posts of all kind of news. So to navigate through this news, it should be simple, and it should be simple to navigate through them. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't create a way of how we can organize this news, then it will be hard for someone to navigate through the news or through the posts that are already existing. So that's when they come up with an idea of creating categories. They say that, we should have these posts organized in form of what? In form of categories. So when you're creating a website, you have to think of what is the purpose of the website. For example, my purpose of a website is news. So I have to organize my news in different categories. Like just a shop. When you have shop, in a shop we have shelves. So when you're buying rice, sugar, and what, you put each and everything in its own shelf. Otherwise, if you disorganize them, then you'll be hardly accessing those things. So likewise to WordPress post, we put them under categories. So these categories are dynamic. It's not that they will come with the WordPress and then they are static, like they are already defined. No, we define these categories when we are about to create our website. For example, if I'm creating a news website, then I have to first define the categories that I'm going to do what I'll be posting in. And once I define them, it is recommended we leave those categories the way they are. Then we just be adding content in those particular categories. Otherwise, if you don't put your things in categories, then your website visitors, they'll have problems when they are trying to access data or content in your website. I'm going to show you an example of categories that I can create for my news website. I have prepared some. For example, I will say, if I want to create a news website, I'll have these categories. I'll have the news category, and under news categories, we'll have national news, education news, and insight news. So if you have others under news category, you can mention them. I'll have business news, prosper, education news, and then insights, and then maybe markets. Why is this? Maybe business, not about education. Under sports, I'll have football, boxing, cricket, and if you have others, for example golf, you can add as many as you want. And we have lifestyle news. Under lifestyle news, I'll put dining, I'll put travel, I'll put religion, I can put food, I can put music. You can put that. You can create as many categories as you want, but it should be logical in a way that you don't create too many to confuse your users and don't create too few to make them, to limit your users. Create enough categories that are not too much and not too few or too less, that according to the size of your website, that will make it simple for your users to access the content or to navigate through your website. For example, I'm going to make a news website, and you can see these are the categories that I've prepared for my news website. For example, if you're to make, let us say that you want to make a shop, an e-commerce shop. Okay, so under this e-commerce shop, you can decide that I will be selling maybe clothes for kids. So you can write kids. Okay, so under kids, you can put maybe pants for kids, and then you can put dresses for kids, and you can put maybe toys for kids. Okay, you can put maybe others, maybe like what, like bicycles for kids. What's the spelling of bicycle? I hope that's it. Bicycles for kids. Oh no, it's supposed to be I. Okay, bicycles for kids. Okay, so if you say I'll be selling for kids, then you can have that one. So maybe you can put maybe for women, and under women you can put maybe tops. You can put maybe skirts. You can put shoes. You can put maybe some other things, maybe etc. for women. And then under men, you can put maybe, you can create also another category for men's. And under men, you can put maybe capes. You can put maybe t-shirts. You can put maybe trousers. I'm trying to create this one so that you can get the idea of how we need categories. Trousers, I hope that's the spelling. You can put others under men. Maybe you can have electronics in your shop. And it's not necessary that every main category must have a subcategory. You can leave your electronics there. So it means that all the posts that you'll be posting about toys for kids, you'll be selecting the category for toys for kids. So the person who visits the website, if he want to read about toys for kids, he will know, he'll just come under kids and then the toys for kids, other than just looking at all the content and fail to identify. So that's why you need what? That's why you need categories. So think, which website do you want to create, and which categories do you think that you may need? And a category can even have another sub categories if you want them. Okay, so think and challenge yourself and create categories, at least three main categories with at least 3 or 2 subcategories for each main category. Do that and challenge yourself. So don't waste my time. I hope you've got the idea why I need categories. So we're going to go ahead and add these categories in our website, and we see how we can implement them. So for example, I'll say I'll have a main category for news. So I'm going to go to my website and add their category. So I'll simply come to category, and I'll be able to see all the categories. So there's a default category that you cannot delete. It is called uncategorized. It is there in case we don't have any category, so everything will come in uncategorized. So I'll create my first category, and you can see the place where you can add a category. It is simply here on the right hand side. So I'll create my first category. I've called it news, and it is a main category. So a main category, you don't put it under anything. So I'll put news. So a slug, I can leave it. This is just a word that will be in the link, so you can leave it. WordPress can explain to you. So it is not under anything, so I'll leave this one as none. So if you want to write a description about this news category, so you can write it here. But for me, for the sake of time, I'll leave it the way it is. Okay, details for news category. So you put here the details for this category. So I'll click here and it will add, and you can see here I've got news here on this side. I've got a news category has been added. So after doing that, I'm going to add another category. Under news, we have national news. So copy national news and come and paste it here. National news. Okay, that's a category name. So I'll select national news is under what? Is under news. Okay, so I'll have to click here. Parent category for national news is news. I hope you get my point. The parent category for national news, okay, the parent category for this national news is news. So I'll have to make sure that I select here news as the parent category for this national category, and I put here the details and I add. So you can see here, we're having news, and under news we're having national news. You can see even the dashes here under news. So let's go ahead and add another. So we're going to add education, and education is under news. It's already selected, so just simply click add, and then maybe insights. You can add as many as you want. This one is just for me the simple one that I selected, that I suggested for myself. So I just add. So you can see we're having news and we're having other news. There's a dash insights, there's a dash of education, there's a dash of what? Of national news. So let's go ahead and add another main category. It's called business category. So I'll just simply come here and put business news, and under business, there's business is a parent category, so it does not have a parent. So I'll have to remove none here. On the parent, I'll make it none. So I can put here the details for what? For the business category, and I add it. So you can see here, business category is independent and it's not under anything. I hope you can see that. So let's go ahead and add under business, we have Prosper. So I'll come and put here the Prosper news, like success stories. I'll be putting them here, and I'll make sure that this Prosper is under what? Is under the business news. So I'll select here the parent category for Prosper is what? Is business. So after doing that, I'll add it. So you can see we are having Prosper. Under Prosper, we're having, under business, we're having Prosper. So let's go ahead and add insights. Add insights. I'll add insight is under business. I'll add it there. We add markets, and markets is under what? It's under business. I'll add it. So we have business, we have markets, insights, and Prosper. So let's go ahead and add another one. I have another parent called sports. It's taking time, but I hope you're getting the point. So sports has no parent, so I'll say none, parent to none. And then I'll put football under sports. We have football. It's a child of what? It's a child of sports, so I'll make sure that it's like sports. But you can as well edit them in case you make a mistake, and editing is straightforward. You just simply click on a category and then you'll be able to edit it. So boxing is under sports, and then lastly I'll put cricket. I rented right golf, but I edited. So cricket is under sports, and then maybe I can write also golf. Okay, golf is also under sports. So that's enough for me. So if I minimize like this, you can see they're the business that these are the categories that we have. Okay, we have news, and under news we have those ones. Have business, and then we have sports. So it means that if our user wants to read football news, he will not need to browse through all the posts. He will just simply come under posts, sports, and then under football news, and we'll be able to show them the sports. The news for under what? Under that particular category. So it will make the navigation for the users simpler, much more simpler. So I hope you've understood what is meant by a post category, and then what is meant by what is meant by post category, and what is meant by, and how we create a post category. Okay, and why we need it. So think of a website that you want to create. It shouldn't be a news website, but it can be any website, maybe a songs website, music website, and organize the categories of music into different categories. It can be an e-commerce website, organize those e-commerce website news into different categories. It can be any other school website, organize of categories. Look at other websites and see how they organize their categories. So I hope you've got the point of of categories. So I have the last thing is called tags. These tags almost you always create them when you're creating a post. So a tag is a way how we can also categorize things but that is not so essential. Okay, for example, we for example, let me show you here an example here. We created here the category for pants, the category for kids, and category for women, and category for men, and category for electronics. But remember, these things, they have colors. Red, for example, red and green and what. You can find here we're having red, and here we're having red, and here we're having red. We have something that maybe a shirt that is red, you're having a dress that is red, and you're having a t-shirt. A cape that is red. Now, what if someone want to see only the red things? Or maybe someone want to design the red things. So how can they navigate and see only the red things? So that's when. So do we need to create another category called red things, blue things, green things? Do we need to do that? You see? Unless it is necessary. But according to this, we may not need to categorize things according to colors. Okay? But it is important. Sometimes someone may want to get specific colors. So what we do, we create that extra thing that we may not need to create its special category. You create it as a what? As a tag. And this tag can be tagged on anything. It can tag it on in a post under kids category. For example, I'm posting a t-shirt for kids that is blue, so I'll have to add a tag called blue. And maybe I come and post a trouser for men that is blue, I can add a tag called blue. So if someone wants to see blue, you can just click on that extra categorizing logic called tag. You can click on a tag of blue and we'll be able to show them all the things that are tagged with blue, whether it is under kids, whether it's under women, whether it's under anything. The website will just get all the things that are under the tag of blue and join them and show them to you, whether they're in any other category. So that's why we need a what? That's why we need a tag. You can think of any other idea. For example, I want to write about Manchester United. You can find here there's a news website. There's a post that is going to talk about Manchester, but it is not a sports post. Okay, maybe it's about business, but it is talking about Manchester United. So what do? I have to create a tag. I don't need to create again a category called Manchester. Then I'll create a category called Arsenal, category called. So no, that will be then complicated. But if there is a main topic that I think my readers may want to pull all the posts about this topic, I can create it as a what? As a tag. Say if there is any topic, if there is any topic here that is having, maybe there's a post that is having the word that is talking about Manchester, I can tag this post in education as Manchester. So likewise here, so even in sports, there are some posts that I can tag with Manchester United. So if someone clicks on Manchester United, so the WordPress will do the logic of collecting all the posts, whether it is in this category or this category, but as long as it is tagged into with that keyword, it will collect them and present them to what? To the user. So a tag is just an extra way how we can categorize our content. It gives us ability to just like the way you can hear, it's a tag to organize things in form of tags that can cross through categories that are not so necessary, but they can cross through different categories. So those things, we call them what? We can organize them in form of what? In form of tags. Also, tags is something that you think the user may search in the search engine and want to see that particular post. For example, if I talk about a certain president, maybe a president of Somalia, so I can put news president for Somalia. I can put as a tag Somalia president. I can put as a tag. So if someone come and search Somalia president, you'll be able to see that post. So a tag, you can also use it just to think, to guess what the user may want to search. Okay, so these tags are the one that Google or the search engine pulls in and suggests to people when they're trying to search. So that's a tag. So you may not create a category for a specific person unless the website is his, but you may create for them tags, and tags you can create them anytime, okay? But categories, don't create them anytime, okay? They should be, you can add any category anytime, but you should really think that if you really need it, then you add it. But don't just wake up any day, anytime, and start adding categories. Otherwise, you'll confuse your visitors. But tags you can add anytime. When you post, think of possible tags that are relevant to that particular post and add them as as tags. So I hope you've got the difference between a tag and a post. Okay, so we'll not even create tags right now because we don't know what we're going to write about. You can go ahead and create them, but right now I don't know what I'm going to write about, so I don't even create a tag. But I'll create a tag when I've written when I've written maybe some paragraphs and I'm about to post or I'm about to publish. Then I can, this topic is talking about X and Y and Z, and I can put those ones as tags. I guess if someone wants to read this post, he can search this. So what I think that he will search is what I put as as a tag, not as a category, but as as a tag. So with that much said, I hope you've now got the difference between between a category and a tag. Okay, so with that much said, let's go ahead and create our first post. So to create a post, the different ways you can create a post. The first way is through coming here to all posts and then you say add new post. Okay, another way, you just simply come here under this admin toolbar and then you say new, and then you just move your mouse over here, new, and then you click on post. One of those two, it will lead you to the same destination of creating a post page. So let's go ahead and create a post. Okay, so as I said, a post allows us to add content into our website. So I'll click on new and then post. Or you can simply come here and say new. Okay, add new post. Okay, you can simply come there and then say new and then post. So when you click on new post, this is what we'll get. This is what we'll get. Here we have, if we move our mouse over here, we'll be able to do what? To go back to the main place. Or you can simply come again here and click on add new post and then be able to do what? To come to the new post. So this link will take you back to the dashboard. Okay, maybe you change your mind, you don't want to create a post, you can click here, you'll be able to go back to the dashboard. So we're going to begin by exploring the interface, and then after exploring the interface, we'll go ahead and start creating our post. Okay, so let's look at the interface first, the whole document. Then the content that makes up a post, those parts that makes up a post, we call them blocks, or WordPress terms them as blocks. For example, a single paragraph is a block. If you have a picture that you're going to add in the post, is another separate block. If you have a table that you're going to add in a post, is a block also. So if you have maybe a quote that you're going to add in a post, is a block. So each and everything is organized in a block. All the content are organized in a single particular blocks. But the whole content is a post. So every action that we'll be doing here, it will either be depending on a single particular block or on the entire post. So if I come here on the right hand side, on this side, we can collapse this right hand toolbar using this configuration icon that you can see here. So these ones are just for appearance settings and how this one should look like, and that's not our business for today. But what is most important is these actions that you're going to see here under the and this configuration setting thing. So you can expand it, you can collapse, you can expand, you can collapse. So if I expand it, I'll be able to see the things that I can possibly do on this post. So for example, you can see here all the actions that I talked about. All the actions that you can possibly do is just like the way I told you. It is categorized in either a post or a block. So a block, we've not added any block in our post. We've not added any content. So you can see there's no any block that we've selected because we've not added any. But if you click on a post, so these actions, they'll act upon all the content that you're going to create right now. This one in this section of what? Of a post. So let's go ahead and look at them. Okay, so you have the status. Okay, but before we look at them, okay, let us first put the title, and then after putting the title, then we'll be able to look at we'll be able to do what? We're going to go ahead and do what? And look at them. Okay, and look at those possible things that we can do on a what? On a post. So I have something that I'm going to write about. Let me see if I can get maybe a post on anything here. Okay, I have some post here. Okay, okay, this is our news website. It's one news website. I'm going just to pick a single post. For example, this one. I infected my children with COVID-19. Okay, I'm going to write about this post. I'm going to duplicate this post and write it in our project, and then we'll be just using other things in case it is missing some other content that you want to learn. So this is the title. Of course, every post should have a title. So this is going to be my title. So don't copy when you're creating content, but for me, I'm just using it for doing that, for just exercise. That's why I copy it. But for you, don't copy it. You have to create your own content. If you're to copy, then you have to reference. So I'll have to put here my title. Okay, I've typed that. Beating COVID-19, I infected my children with COVID. Okay, beating COVID, I infected my children with COVID. That's the title of the post that I want to create. It's going to be like this one. Okay, so after doing that, I have to go ahead and now do some other stuff that are about a blog. That are about a post. Okay, so it's recommended to first set everything here, and then you write a what? You write your post. So the first step is to put the title. I put the title. Then let us set the settings about this post, and then after we'll go ahead and write now the what? The content. So we'll just simply come here to the right hand side and make sure that this navigation bar is expanded, and then let us go ahead and do the settings. Okay, so the first setting is going to be my battery is warning. Let me first put this thing on a charger. It is going to be public, so it means that everyone who will come across this post or the link of this post will be able to see this post. So if you check private, it means that this post will only be only accessed by the people who are logged in. It will only be visible to what? To site administrators and editors. So even though you have a link and you're not an administrator, or you're not logged in as administrator or a editor, you'll not be able to see this post. Okay, then if you put here protected with password, it means that you'll not be able to preview this post until you have a password. So if you want to protect this post with a password, you can protect it from here. Okay, so the 3 visibility of a post. So by default, I'll leave it as as a public. But if you want to set it only in a way that administrator should see the post only, so you have to put here in administrator. If you want to see only you want to protect the password, you just put here the password and specify the password. Okay, so for me, I'm going to leave it as as public, such that everyone who has the link should be able to read the post. Okay, so we've understood the meaning of visibility. So I have the publish. So publish is to specify when this post should appear as if it was published on a certain day. Okay, so this one you can publish as if it was published before, or when or schedule that it will be published in the future. Okay, so assume that this post was supposed to be published on 9th, but today is already 10th. So what you do, you can just say it was published on 9th, and then you select time, in a specific time, and then after doing that, then we'll go ahead and publish this post. So when you publish this post, it will appear as if, or the user, they'll tell them that this post was published on on 9th, the specific time that you specified. But if you want also to schedule this post in a way that you're creating it today, okay, you're creating it today, right now, okay, on this day, was today, I think that's it. on this day. Okay, is it today? Yeah. Okay, on this day. But you want to schedule it. You want it to appear in the website in future. Maybe you want it to appear on 15th. Today is 1st July, but you want this post to appear on 15th. So you can schedule it by selecting a future date and specify the time. So this post will not be visible, or it will not appear in the website until that date is reached. Okay, but by default you can click on reset here. So on reset, it is always by default is immediately. So when you click on publish, this post will automatically, or it will immediately be available to all the users. That's when you click on what? On publish. So you leave it to immediately. By default is always immediately. So when you click on publish, this post will be available to users immediately. Okay, otherwise you can set as if it was published before on a specific date, or you can schedule it to be published or to appear in future date. So I hope you've understood this too also. So you have post format. We always leave it as standard, don't mind about that. Okay, then stick to top of the blog. You can enable that or disable it. Then this one will be able to what? It will be able to stick on the top of what? Of the website. So you can leave it. So move to trash in case you want to delete this post. So here revisions. We'll look at that later. It will help us to see in case we made some changes and want to make a previous edition. We can use these revisions to make a previous edition. So you have permanent link. This one you leave it. This one is just where the website it will be located, or where this post will be located. So if you want to modify, like you want to put a specific link, you can change this one, but it's always recommended to leave it the way it is. Okay, that is a slug. Then I can expand here to categories. Now you see what we're talking about. The previous category that we set before, now they will be shown to me here. Okay, so in a way that when I'm posting this, it should be lying under a specific category. So I can unselect this one for what? For one category, and I select the right category that where it's supposed to be. For example, I can set it under news and I say it to be under national news. This is not a sports category, right? It's not a sports post. Should I put under football? No. Okay, so I can say maybe national news. So if I have another maybe subcategory of health, so I can put under health, something like that. Still category, I mean still a post can still cross through categories. For example, I can put the same post under what? Under markets, for example. Okay, it is allowed. It can be even more than it can be under more than one category. Okay, it has no limit. So if I'm going to put under news, under national news, I'll leave it there. Okay, so that is a category. I hope you've understood. So it means that when someone will be clicking on national news, you'll be able to see under this post also listed. So after doing that, I can collapse this category thing, or you can leave it. Okay, then you can go ahead and say the tag. So you see here now I can put my tags. As I told you, the tags can be as many as you can, but relevant. For example, here I'm going to talk about COVID, so I can put COVID. If someone searches COVID, you should be able to see this post. This post should be also listed. I can put also COVID-19. I can put Corona. I can put coronavirus. And remember, this post, this can be reused. Okay, so I can put something that is related to this one. I can put maybe children, but that's children is so general. I can put anything, okay, but related to the post. So I can even add those. I can add these tags according to the content that I'll write later. Okay, so I can put maybe COVID in Uganda, but be logical in a way that these tags should be reusable and have sense. Okay, these tags I can reuse them, so don't like too many things that you cannot manage even to remember or to reuse. Okay, so after doing that, I hope you've understood the tags. So instead of creating a special category for tags, no, we can create just the tags. I mean, for COVID-19, we can create you can create tags for COVID-19. So in a way that if someone clicks on COVID, you will see all the posts that were tagged with COVID, no matter what category they are in. Okay, so we've understood how we implement tags. So I have featured image. Featured image is the main image that will be on top of the post. This one I'll show you how to do it later. And then we have expert. This is the description of the post, a short description, and then discussions. If you want to allow comments and like sharing the comments and the sharings, you can enable them here. If you don't want to allow comments on this post, you can disable here. So if you disable, it means that people will not have that box to do what, to comment on this post. If you want them to give their views or to comment on this post, you can enable it from here, so people can be able to do what, to comment the post. Okay, so this featured image, I'll show you how to set it later in the next video. So after doing that, then we can go ahead and publish our post. Okay, but in WordPress we have ability to save this post as a draft. So it will not appear in the public until we publish it. So I'm going to save it as a draft. So save it as a draft is just simply click here, switch to draft. Okay, so if I switch to draft, I will first update. Okay, let me first update, and then I switch to draft. I say okay. So this post, it is not now in public. Even though you go to the website, you will not see it in public. Okay, so it will be in public until we click on what, on publish. Okay, so some people, they can write a single post in 1 week, like they write 3 paragraphs in 1 day, another paragraph in 1 day, but they want this post to be public, to go public only in one time. So what you do, you save it as draft, just like I've showed you. So it means that if you save something as draft, let me show you. If I come here to my dashboard, and you go to post, you can see that post is there. You go to post, you see there, but it is having a description mentioned to it as a what, as a draft. So they're saying that, hey, this post you've created it, but it is a what, it is a draft. Okay, so it is not public. Even though you go to the website, you will not find it. Only administrators can see it. Okay, so you can create your post slowly by slowly, maybe within 1 week, when you finish the whole post, and then you publish it on one time, and people can do what, can see it. So here it is saved as what, as draft. Okay, and I've shown you how I've saved it as what, as draft. So at the end, we'll show you how to do what, how to publish it. So you can undo here and you can redo here. So in case you make a mistake and write something and you want to undo it and undo, you can just simply press either Ctrl-Z or you click here and it will be undone. If you want to redo, click there, it will be redone. So undo, it will go. So those are the main icons that we use. Okay, so for today, we'll stop from there. In the next video, we'll have now to cover the block. I hope you've understood the meanings of the post actions. Now in the next video, we'll have to look at the what? At the block actions. Please don't miss, and let us meet there. And don't just watch as you practice. Let's meet in the next video, please. Thank you for watching.